update Fallout and Civil War.
We've got Civil War memes. We've got Fallout memes. We've got the Navy photo, because of course we're talking about that. And of course we have memes from my very own congressional run, which I've been excited to show you guys for a long time, and I'm glad we finally have the opportunity because they are some of my favorites. So pull up a chair, grab a drink, go get your wife. You don't have a wife. The accident was years ago. It's not your fault. You have to let go. So you're a gun meme review watcher. Okay. What kind of gun meme review watcher are you? So, A24's Civil War movie came out, and it was universally pretty mid. Civil War, what the trailer led me to expect. Civil War, what the movie was actually about. Yes, if you thought the movie Civil War was actually going to be a war film, you're gonna be kind of disappointed. I mean, there's obviously war in it, but it's really a road trip movie about photographers. Not kidding. That's okay.
Oh my god, it turned off! I've been talking to myself like a moron! Oh god. Okay, we're watching Congress update Fallout and Civil War. I have no idea when that turned off. But, do people actually think Civil War was just gonna be about war? It's like, like, I thought, it's like, if it's the one with Kirsten Dunst, that looked good in the React, but it looked great. Thanks for making fun of me, React channel. It was kind of obvious it was gonna be about journalists, right? Is the literal definition of mid. Yeah, mid. I didn't expect. I feel like it would have had to try hard to be good. Oh my god. Dreaming can control my dreams. Some people
Okay, because it still led to some pretty good memes. Me inviting my friends to watch Civil War, knowing it'll convince them to buy an AR-15. Of course, with the memes, we saw the return of our favorite character, Fat Damon.
Lovely. I have to do it after the video, or I'm gonna have to put it up live that I'm calling you lovely, and that might be embarrassing.
What kind of American are you?
Not gonna lie, I was worried they were gonna fuck that part of the movie up because everybody was basically watching for that one scene. It was pretty good. That was pretty intense. I liked it. I'm effectively colorblind through these. It's basically everything is just red. I know what you're thinking. No fucking shit, but it's actually very distracting. Oh, you're a friend. What kind of friend are you? I vibe with this one. Hold on, we're country music fans. Okay. What kind of country music fans? I'm still personally on my Zach Bryan sad cowboy grind set. Johnny Cash is allowed to pass. You're going in the...
So did it have, like, no real, like...
fucking pit if you say Florida Georgia line. You're an American. Okay. What's your take on the term minor attracted person? Anybody who unironically uses the term minor attracted person, check that man's browsing history. There's been a misunderstanding. We're Fallout fans. New Vegas fans. Okay, what kind of Fallout fans are you? I never finished Fallout 4, I'll be honest with you. It lost me. I have, however, done like 3-4 playthroughs throughout the years of Fallout New Vegas. New Vegas just kind of has it. Whatever it is, New Vegas has it. What's your favorite Fallout game? Let me know below. And if it's not New Vegas, you're wrong. But by all means, it's America. You have your freedom to...
Every conversation Fallout ever is that, oh, you don't like this Fallout? Then you're wrong. Is the one Dora has? Oh my god.
Defend your incorrect opinions below. All right, so I'm not going to do like a full movie review of Civil War, but I do have some notes. There are some things that
Exactly. Everyone should say their favorite Fallout game, because screw the memes, that's what's most important. What is everyone's favorite Fallout?
Took note of that I think you might find interesting. For one, I just want to get this out of the way. One of my buddies is in this movie. I didn't know that. I don't think he knew that. Shooter Rugi, the weapon snatcher himself. The guy who stole back the stolen police weapons, I think, from, what was it, the Seattle riots during, BLM back in 2020. Goes over to a guy with a freshly acquired AR-15 and just goes, yoink! Holds the guy at fucking gunpoint. Chad move. What a Chad. Yeah, they used a clip of him snatching the rifle from the guy in the very beginning of the movie, like showing just the civil unrest and everything. As a movie in general, I actually enjoyed the first 2/3 of the movie. I thought the first 2/3 were actually pretty solid. The last act is where you kind of lost me. It kind of goes off the rails. A24 is kind of known for having a problem with endings. They just don't know how to end a fucking movie, but they have like really cool concepts, right? This is kind of the same thing in my opinion. If you're wondering what caused this Civil War to break out, like what was the thing that led to, you know, California, Texas, you know, Western forces, everybody like converging and assaulting DC. Don't worry, because you never fucking find out. They never tell you. I'm kind of glad it didn't devolve into like leftist politics like I was kind of worried it would, but like I was expecting at least some explanation of any kind, but I guess no politics is better than bad politics, but it feels kind of hollow in that way. Now,
I don't know that no politics is best, especially when it's about a civil war. Can you really make a movie about a war without politics or something in it to give it substance? Because if you remove it, there is no substance into it. So, I don't know. Cray, so crazy. Hello, welcome in, Fork. Has people who are armed so things get crazy quickly. What the fuck? That's crazy. But yeah, so like he says, there's no substance into it. Yeah, that's the thing. At the very least, if they didn't want to take sides, they should have just stated their case. You know, subtle substance. Just senseless violence, exactly. I feel like some, even if you didn't want to say who was right and who was wrong, at least some subtle, like, so you can make your own points in it. But subtleness is dead, I swear, in creative writing.
Now, if you don't exactly agree or really understand why in the movie Civil War, Texas and California would be partnered together, that's okay, because you could actually wargame it the way you think it would go down, thanks to our sponsor. Conflict of Nations is a free PvP strategy game. You could play out scenarios
like... No, this is about memes. It's not about the movie. He just said that because the meme came out, but the movie apparently fell flat. That's it. I don't know.
World War III, or more specific to this video, a second American Civil War, just like we saw in the A24 movie. You can play against up to 128 real people in games that might take weeks to complete. And just like real war, you need combined arms, tank divisions, aircraft, artillery. And you get to play it your way, deciding who you attack and who you make alliances with. Conflict of Nations allows you to fight epic battles all over the world, or here at home in the US. If you always just wanted to randomly attack Vermont, now you can do that. It's also cross-platform, meaning you can play with the same account on PC and on your phone. Because your viewers watching this channel, if you go and download Conflict of Nations using the link below, you'll actually get a free gift. You get 13,000 gold and 1 month of a premium membership for free. This offer is only available for 30 days, so don't miss out. Thanks to Conflict of Nations for sponsoring.
But it will never engage with the message beyond a surface level. Thinks the message itself is enough to carry. Yeah, that's the thing I think is best, is like, don't...
This video, it's a perfect integration, so we appreciate it. Back to the video. Another big complaint that was driving me crazy during this movie, the soundtrack is fucking dog shit. It is awful. I don't normally pay much attention to the soundtrack of movies. Like, it usually is just kind of in the background unless it's like really epic or something. This movie, throughout the movie, their soundtrack in several places was just random notes being played super fucking loud, like just absolute ear rape volume. I remember sitting in the theater.
I had this problem with an anime. I was watching that Power Ranger like parody one. For some reason, the music's levels were so off on the first episode.
Wishing I could turn the movie down. Gunplay, also shockingly okay. I didn't mind it. It was not distracting. Sound mixing for the guns was actually really good. There was only a couple issues I had with it. Like at one point, somebody's laying in a pile of brass, and it is very clearly all fired blanks, like with the crimped casings and everything like that. Also, the last act of the movie when they're like assaulting DC, I'll be the first to say that I have no experience with war journalism, like war photography and things like that, but I am pretty fucking confident that they're not allowed to be like the third guy in the stack on the front of the front lines. Like, this was like tip of the fucking spear. It would have been like the second guy in the room when they were whacking Osama.
I think having a message is a good point. You just want to tell it in a good way, because having a movie that is artless, messageless, or pointless, that's what you're going to get something. The movie has no point. In the very least, most things that are getting made is to make some sort of point, even if the point is entertainment.
Fucking journalist, and they were like encouraging it too. They were like, come on, come with us, stack up. It's just really weird, and it took me out of it a lot. Like, they were in the way during a fucking firefight. Last thing, the Boogaloo Boys. Yes, there are Boogaloo Boys in this movie. Guys fighting federal forces with, the plate carriers and Hawaiian shirts and everything. Like textbook Boogaloo Boy. But I also noticed something. I'm wondering if they were poking.
Let me reset. There we go. Let's see if that works. Hey, honey, welcome in.
fun at us gun tubers a little bit. Like, I wonder if these people were supposed to represent the gun tube community that talked about the Boogaloo movement a bunch when it happened. Like, one of them was wearing a balaclava, very obviously my buddy administrative results. Pretty sure there was a Garand Thumb lookalike in there as well. And I couldn't help but notice that the only guy in the stack rocking an AK was kind of tan and had long hair and a beard. I'm not saying it was supposed to be us, but I'm very curious, whoever was doing the research and the casting there in A24, was that a coincidence?
I think not!
Overall, as to whether or not I'd recommend the movie, I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Definitely wait for streaming, though, so you could watch it for free, because I'm not sure that was worth a $50 night out. However, it is good to be on the inside of all the memes now. The entire gun community, the Marine Corps, the US Navy's Instagram PR person. So yeah, we're gonna use this as the perfect opportunity to segue from Civil War to the Navy's fucking, their rifle photo. Yes, this was a real picture that was put out by the Navy's official social media accounts. US Navy mocked for photo of commander with rifle scope mounted backwards. So yeah, you can have a little taste of cursed gun images inside of Gun Meme Review, you know, as a treat. Let's break down this picture. Jesus Christ, first of all, this guy is chicken winging like crazy. Second and most obvious, which is what everybody has a problem with, that scope is very much mounted completely backwards. Not great for sight picture.
I can't see fucking shit out of this thing.
I had a couple other problems with the photo though. For one, that handguard looks like it's not mounted properly. You see the upper half of that like clamshell handguard is like coming out. He's also got the rifle like way up on his shoulder. Not necessarily the end of the world, but combined with everything else, that's probably not on purpose. His foregrip is mounted awkwardly close, like really weird. Like at that point, just use the fucking magwell grip.
It is so weird
Typically,
to
you want
see
your hand
someone
grip
handle
further
a gun
out.
on
That allows you to
YouTube.
have like better control
Like, here's
over
a
the
whole
weapon.
gun.
Right here. And my favorite part is just kind of a cherry on top of this. If you look very closely and in the selector of the rifle, he's in full auto. So he's using that awful grip and that backward scope to mag dump into nothing, probably. The Marines, who have a shitposter in chief as a social media director, replied with this photo. A man with a loadout that actually makes sense as a combat rifle, and the exact same scope mounted the proper way. This is a great photo to post on social media anyway, but let's face it, that was not a fucking accident. The four horsemen of only the government should have guns. You know, the entire fiasco behind this photo could have been easily avoided if anybody in that entire chain of custody it took from building that rifle out to getting it into the hands of that guy who clearly didn't know what to do with it. If anyone along the way had just gone to sdi.edu using the links down in
shooting with sunglasses on?
the description and in the pinned comment to get their start in gunsmithing and weapons technology. Let's bring back an old classic, just because I missed you guys so much. A Marty Robbins
Everyone
meme.
makes fun of the
Gun
name.
ball dads and trained. Marty Robbins had a stroke.
Eye protection.
They're hanging 160 Billy the Kids
We need
in
to
the
see.
valley.
We need to
El
protect
Strawberry,
eye.
Strawberry, Strawberry. Full-length version. The little green peen. James,
why
the
I'm
name's
just like,
Bond.
especially with the memes, it's very hard for me to like do these videos because I barely understand guns.
Are you
That's why I
okay?
was putting this video
Baines
up.
Nond is having a strong
Guns
call
go
the
pew pew, right?
bondulance. I love that meme so much. But as I was saying, transitioning from the Navy memes to Fallout.
Hello there. I'm here to show you a wonderful
Memes.
place.
I might understand
The Fallout
them.
series recently dropped on
Fallout!
Amazon Prime, completely bodying the Halo
Sorry.
show and showing how to actually adapt a video game into a TV show. Of course, there is just a little bit of woke stuff and there's some stuff
too
that's kind of
Aussie.
weird, but all in all, I
not
gave it like
trained for this.
maybe a 7.5
Not
out of 10.
trained.
I enjoyed it, passed the time well. And just like we expected from the trailer, Walter Goggins absolutely carried it.
Now this is
Well,
a
now
part I
that
can
is
understand.
a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs.
Me watching our liberties slowly being taken from us. Everyone else worried about the latest fad. Yeah, it do be feeling like that sometimes. Friend who just bought their first gun. What are you? Me who just spent my whole paycheck on ammo just to mag dump into trash. Oh, I'm you, sweetie. Just give it a little time. It is a slippery slope and that bell curve comes at you fast. As, I clearly know. Also, speaking of the gun wall, as you probably noticed earlier, that right there is the NCR service rifle from New Vegas. If you'd like to see us do a video with it, I think
No one ever should make fun of how I spend my money on anime. People spend all their bills on ammo. A sexy anime figurine won't hurt nobody, okay? I can spend it how I like.
It's pretty cool. We haven't really featured it on the channel before, so, and I'm, you know, again, a bit of a Fallout nerd. I think it'd be cool. We just did our Helldivers video, so, you know, we're dabbling a little bit in the nerd culture a little bit lately, but tell me if you, A, enjoyed the Helldiver shotgun video,
I
but
don't
B,
pay,
if you'd like to see a
shut up,
video
Bloom.
on the
I pay for
Let me
fan,
know
I
down in the
pay for
comments.
merch.
Now, before we
I
tackle the
do
last big
merch or
topic, a
DVDs.
couple of miscellaneous
I ain't
gun
paying to
names,
stream
just because
something
I miss the old
from
format, you know?
a website that used to be an illegal dump. Next to Crunchyroll doesn't have all this stuff. Crunchyroll used to be an illegal website, and now they want to charge me premium to fuck me over. Dude, I could get fucked for free. So I'll pay for merch or manga and stuff like that. I buy that.
I've missed you. We should do this more often. AK guys AK.
Hey, Pellets waiting to
AK
be
guys
shot.
AR. AR guys AR. AR guys AK. That's remarkably fair. I feel attacked. I'm in this photo and I don't like it. I think I do need like a
mainly I just don't like how straight Dell 2024. I don't like how much streaming services in general are jacking up their prices. It's getting very unreasonable, the pricing.
good built-out tactical AR. I've already got one. I've got like a Radian. It's got an EOTac with a magnifier and a pack on it. Dead air suppressor on the end. Like that counts. I feel like that's a fairly solid build-out. Fire the bullet. Fire the cartridge.
Yeah, because I was like paying for Crunchyroll. I was playing for Netflix back in the day, and then Disney came out, Binge came out, which is like our Foxtel HBO Max, and then they all started raising their prices. Same with Crunchyroll, and I'm just like, fuck off. I could literally, this is cable pricing. And then I started sailing the seas again. I tried the whole...
Yeah, if you didn't see, that was from our Gyrojet video that we just did with Ballistic High Speed. Had some beautiful, beautiful high-speed footage of the Gyrojet, the rocket pistol, the prototype rocket pistol, actually firing. The best footage I think that has ever been done of the Gyrojet. Recorded now for all history. Including what happens when the barrel fails, because the last round we straight up, the barrel launched out the front of the fucking gun. So, whoops. Some poor bastard getting absolutely skewered with the whole ass barrel from a fucking Gyrojet. We'll probably end up fixing it. I don't know. It doesn't look too difficult. We'll give it a shot. You can load flechettes on this side and Dragon's Breath on this side. Because you can't enforce the Geneva Convention when you're on fire. Direct quote from the Helldiver shotgun video. I'm actually probably gonna launch a shirt like that soon. It sounds like a good shirt idea. Yep, I got mine. Own the night. If you get clipped by a dude with Nerf nods carrying a $300 1911, not going to heaven.
Less convenient, more shit, we get back to the seats. Exactly. It was also, you know, HD. I would pay for HD because I prefer HD videos. But when they don't have shit or what I need, it's just like, what's even the point?
Own the
a congressman.
night. Oh
I thought he was just for his area, or is he literally in Congress?
Like even a little bit? That would be fucking wild, alright?
Region.
The big igloo breaks out and you get clapped by a dude who's using Nerf nods. In my opinion, this is even too much. Nobody needs nods. Nobody needs, you know, Nerf night vision. Just carrots. Just eat loads of carrots. I want to say that was a myth too. Like, wasn't that just propaganda? Like the British military, like, started circulating around that they were feeding their pilots a bunch of carrots. You know, that's how their vision was so good because they didn't want anybody to know that they had invented like radar. So now, ladies.
I thought it was just trying to propagate for, you know, people to eat more vegetables because they thought, like, vegetables were bad for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the main event. Let's talk about how Congress is going. So my opponent, anti-gun rhino Tony Gonzalez, just went a couple days ago on CNN, of all places, where he called me a, quote, known neo-Nazi, known to who, I am not sure, and calling Republicans like those in the Freedom Caucus Klansmen.
Bob.
You're allowed to talk like that about politicians because you can say like things against people, but you're like kind of a crackpot if you do that in Australia because you can make your point, but just going, you're like
good, endorse my opponent.
That's dirty fighting.
Nazi. These people used to walk around with white hoods at night. Now they're walking around with white hoods in the daytime.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in this motherfucker's head rent-free. When your opponent has resorted to having meltdowns to his liberal friends on CNN, that's how you know that you're probably winning. My opponent is literally a Nazi. Straight out of the left's playbook. If somebody doesn't agree with you, they're a Nazi. So what's his basis for calling me a neo-Nazi? Ideologically, I'm just the conservative.
Okay. You would get bitch slapped in Oz for just throwing around the word Nazi.
That he
That's
tends to
crazy.
be on TV, so that's odd that he would consider my political views Nazism. Well, he's of course referring to the fact that they just found, I guess, the MP40 video that I did with administrative results, which is pretty much like every other historic weapon video we do. We take an iconic weapon from military history, we crack jokes, we kill some White Claws, and we break down basically what made the weapon unique and how it functions. Which is funny because news agencies have been calling that a resurfaced video. It's not resurfaced. I fucking uploaded it. It's my video. I never took it down. It's got like 2 million views or some shit. I'm proud of that video. The same video where I said this.
I'm not really a big fan of fascism. Because the best way to not repeat history is to learn about history. And the best way that I know to get you guys to learn about history is to make really fucked up jokes about it.
But they always leave that part out because it doesn't make a sensational headline. But if you haven't been watching this war take place on X or Twitter, whatever you'd like to call it, it has become one of my favorite things in the world. It is a Twitter page.
Everyone said they miss Clown Nose. Jesus, damn, that's a crazy fact. So that's true.
That has been absolutely getting demolished by you, my army of fans. Every time he posts anything about me, more and more lies or just out of context clips or just straight up deception, you guys set the record straight immediately and just bully him. We're actively bullying a sitting congressman.
Tony, oh Tony, what a peculiar show. Eating from the long way, is that the way?
I just don't understand how it's not just easy to be respectful and like carry yourself like. Does like being in politics mean nothing? That you like, where's the professionalism? Is
Tony Gonzalez
professionalism dead?
winning the election. Some gun tuber and his army of pissed off militant autists.
Oh, you almost had it.
Brandon Herrera's ratio. Tony Gonzalez, Twitter intern. I almost want to start a GoFundMe just for the therapy
Like
bills
literally
of
the
who.
biggest thing would be to say he's underqualified or something because he's a YouTuber. Like, he could have just stuck with that for the everyman that he's underqualified or something, but instead he had to go to extremer posts. Or extreme shit like that. It just makes you look underqualified and uneducated. There's no professionalism
Whoever's
in
running
politics.
Tony's
I
social
swear,
media
it feels
accounts.
like there's no
Tony's poor
professionalism
intern being
anywhere.
told to make another lying attack post about me despite getting dragged for the last 72 hours straight.
I didn't hear no bell.
Wake up, babe. The new Tony Gonzalez ratio dropped. But it's not just me and you terrorizing Tony's comments every time he posts.
There is another.
I fear no man.
God damn this mic! God damn this mic! I was just saying, you can't blame it on Gen Z, particularly because Gen Z doesn't vote. Like, statistically, they vote less than older people, but older people aren't gonna look it up either because they don't know how to Google. Honestly, like, I feel like it's not just a Gen Z problem. A lot of people will not fact check anything they read.
But that thing, it scares me. Yes, my buddy Donut Operator jumps into the fray pretty
clown
often
down.
on Twitter.
Dell was muted.
As well, like a fucking wrecking ball, if I might add. You see, despite the fact that I am a bit of an edgelord and, you know, an internet comedian, there's a lot of things
edgelord.
I've said in the past that, you know, aren't exactly very official. Brandon's campaign manager whenever Brandon is on unsub. Yeah, it's been, that's made things interesting, to say the least. I don't really know if the DC types know how to deal with me quite yet. I do have a higher standard of demeanor when it comes to actual political discourse on things like, you know, Twitter. It's all about knowing the time and place. Just like I'll drop the F-bomb here because I'm talking to you. I feel like I'm talking to friends.
I feel like the idea of politics on Twitter is also so stupid.
Right? But I would never do it at a campaign event or anything or on the news. You know, that's just, it's how this works. It's like you'll swear in front of your drinking buddies, but not in front of your grandma, unless your grandma's rad as shit. But I do have that standard of demeanor when it comes to things like this. Cody fucking doesn't. The joke is that he's like a Helldiver stratagem I could just call in. Ching, 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 call Donut Operator. Psh. Real quick, while we're in the middle of this, we actually have a new fundraiser right now. This is a beautiful Romanian RPK that was built by my company.
The craziest things that our politician says is like, they'll talk about something serious, the next thing is like, but we really have to stop those fucking crocodile attacks. Them crocodiles are getting out of control. And we're like, what a crazy hillbilly.
But you guys make us look so tame in comparison.
Beautiful surplus wood furniture as well. And we are giving it away to a random donor this month. So every $5 donation is an entry to win. So $5 is 1, $500 is 100, and so on. Every donation is automatically counted at BrandonHerreraForCongress.com. Link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Support a good cause, get a bad rhino vote out of Congress, and, you know, hey, maybe...
You do raffles to raise money?
Get a new RPK. So he's a sitting congressman who's being challenged by an edgelord gun YouTuber. Yeah, every time he posts, he gets ratioed. Our boy admin results, again, showing up in this gun meme review. I think it's because I got a crush on Aaron. But that's him getting his new son caught up on all of the group lore, which a big congratulations to him, by the way. It's over, Anakin! I've depicted you as a soy jack! You might be wondering what that has to do with anything. In the campaign to bully Tony for his votes, a graphic design artist actually made soy jack memes of Tony. You may have them as a treat. Do with them what you must. But guys, he made jokes on YouTube. See you May 28th. I know. These have honestly been hilarious lately. I think Cody posted this one right after his CNN appearance and his meltdown there. It hurt itself in confusion. Yeah, and going on CNN, Tony basically declared war on the conservative half of the Republican Party. Just a terrible, terrible thing to do. He's also more than doubled our support behind the scenes. It made a lot of people realize that even if they weren't paying attention to this race, that they absolutely needed to, and that this guy has got to go. Which unfortunately has kind of put me at ground zero of a bit of a civil war within the Republican Party at the moment. But that's good. The whole reason we did this was to challenge the establishment, telling bad Republicans that they can't just vote against the Constitution, they can't vote against gun rights, they can't just sleep on the border issue and then continue to spend billions and trillions of dollars that we don't have. So if this just gives me a bigger platform to be able to poke the establishment directly in the eye, I'm here for it. Let's tango. Because a couple of months ago, I was not a serious candidate and just a YouTuber and a joke. But on the March 5th primary, one of the best...
Don't bring Pepe into this! Okay? Don't bring Pepe into this! I know Pepe is used a lot over there. I don't know if it was made there. But don't bring Pepe into this! I won't have this.
Funded Republican incumbents in the state of Texas couldn't even guarantee he would keep his seat because of me. And now with the polling I've been looking at, he's got good reason to be worried. So to the poor Tony intern/interns having to watch this video because it's part of their Oppo research. One, why? Why do you actually like this guy? I mean, you've seen his voting record. What keeps you wanting him in office? Did you do your research beforehand? If you didn't, you can do it at TonyBetrayedUs.com. But the second thing, thank you for continuing to fund my campaign by watching videos like this where I get ad revenue. Ad revenue I can then take, pay my employees, and then funnel money directly back into my own campaign. 3, don't worry, I know after the May 28th election, you're probably going to be looking for a new job. We'll be accepting applications. We're just gonna need a long essay about how you're gonna do things different from now on and why Tony wasn't the right choice after all.
I do find this kind of condescending. It's like, well, if you vote for the other guy, you're stupid.
Then we might consider. All jokes aside, this has been a wild venture. Even when I announced, I knew that we had a shot at maybe taking this thing. I didn't realize we would be at ground zero of, like I said, a Republican Party civil war where the Speaker of the House is flying down to campaign for my opponent because he's worried about losing his job. That's a huge impact for just one lowly random gunsmith. So above anything, I really hope that this inspires you that, you know, you don't have to run for Congress, but there's a lot of actions that you can take in your own life, even on a very local level. If you get involved, you can make a difference. And I hope you seeing me taking on Congress head on and kind of winning is an inspiration, and it's a wake-up call that you really can change things. We the people still have the power. So anyhow, I actually have to leave and go do more campaigning stuff in El Paso, but I greatly appreciate you guys for sticking around this long and for sticking with me. I know the content's been kind of sparse lately. April was a really busy month. You know, the election's less than 5 weeks away. I'll make it up to you. I pinky promise. AK-50 video coming very soon, and it looks so good. Merch is available on Bunker Branding. Be sure to check out the campaign. Thank you to Conflict of Nations for sponsoring this video. I appreciate you guys for staying to the end. And as always,
I would help the homeless. Fuck you. If I had money, I'd help them. And that was Congress Update, Fallout, and Civil War. But yeah, I can't be president of anything. We have prime ministers here, guys. We're in a commonwealth. Soy Jack Urban Dictionary. I've spelled dictionary wrong, don't pay attention. I know I said I smart. I just said. Of course you'd help the homeless. They are your time. How else am I supposed to find a husband? If you're gonna go shopping, you go. No, what was it that Asmund said on the other video? If you're gonna fish, you go to the lake. It's the Commonwealth. Yeah. No. It's no. Not Commonwealth. It's we are part of the British Commonwealth. Not that we have Commonwealths. We are one. That makes sense. So we take after British styling of politics. A variation of Wojak mean that Spates and Wojak faces exaggerated expressions. Soy faces but all could be discussed as smug or triggered. They're usually drawn with square glasses and short stubbly shaped beards. Some earlier depositions include the Soy Jack wearing a Mario cap. Soy Jacks are often used to win online arguments and attempts to suspect the other party as a bait